Hey everyone! Today I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks on how to shoot on a local park, areas with lots of trees and greeneries, and how you can utilize them on your photographs. We are right now here in Sefton Park. It's a nice place to have a walk, especially we are now in the middle of spring. Everything looks nice, refreshing, but not everything looks good in portrait. So there's a lot of distracting elements in the background. There's lots of random trees and composition can be a bit tricky sometimes, but if done properly, you can end up with really good portraits. So it's not like when you're shooting in an urban area, there's lots of things you can add on your photos, like you can do walking shots, you can ask your models to lean on a building and just the environment in general. But in areas like this, it takes a bit more creativity to do. So we're gonna go around and shoot here and show you guys some tips, some tricks that you can do when you're in a situation like I do. For this shoot, I'm gonna be using the new Samyang AF 135mm f1.8. This is a new release from Samyang. This was just released in January. And to show you guys what my camera sees, I'm using a video transmitter. It's called Shimbal Zoling 600S, and it's transmitting to my Ninja V right here. Normally on my shoots, I would have the Ninja V mounted on my camera, but because this shoot is gonna be fast-paced and we're gonna be moving around, and also I don't really need a big screen on my camera right now, so I'm just gonna use a video transmitter. So for today's photo shoot, I will have Lucy here with me to help me out. So this is the very first time I meet Lucy. So whenever I meet a model or a client for the first time, I always do warm-up shots. So warm-up shot is very crucial because this will give me the opportunity to get to know them, how their vibe is, how they pose, their total aura, and also to check my settings in my camera. So let's go ahead and start shooting. So as you can see, it's very sunny right now. There are few things you can do when you are shooting in a sunny day. So number one is utilize it, use it for your photograph. So with this one, I'm gonna use it to have a backlit photo for my model, for Lucy. Sometimes you can also get like really strong light leaks from the trees, but we are not in that situation right now, so we can just use it mainly for backlit photos. Since it's a bit tricky to shoot with the trees, you have to be very careful with your composition. And as I've said, you can either use the sunlight to your advantage or you can just completely avoid shooting in the sun. So you can try and find shady areas. Like actually, we can just shoot in here. You can lean on this tree. And since I'm using a 135, I have to go so far. You can see. So you can also do things like let them lean on trees or even like greeneries, bushes, but this is what I find, so I'm gonna shoot in here. Okay, now we're gonna try and find a new location for the portrait. Oh wait, there is good. Here, hold my lens cup.
Why, are you gonna do some silly challenge?
What? Ah, like hold my beer. Awesome. So since we are in the middle of spring and this is kind of like spring themed portraits, we are looking for signs of spring. So you can see we're surrounded with daffodils. So we're gonna utilize that with our photograph. And also it's a little sunny, but I think that will be good because to show that it's sunny day, nice, warm. We'll do that. I'll have to stand back. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye. 135. So when you're shooting in a area like this, it's good to have your camera lower angle to have, as I said, the nice foreground blur. But as you can see on my frame, there's a lot of trees behind her, and what you have to keep out on is that make sure there are no trees that is coming out of her head or like impaling her in a way, because that doesn't look good. So I will give you an example. For example, I will shoot like this angle, and you can see that tree is really distracting on her back and a little bit on her head. But if I just move just a tiny bit, then you can completely avoid that and have a better composition. See, there's a tree right there just next to her. Sometimes it's a little bit impossible to avoid them altogether, but you can always fix that on post-process. Another thing you can do is that, as you can see, there's a lot of busy elements there, lots of trees. You can use this as your natural framing. So I'm using the big tree right next to her and some of the trees on the right side to use it as a frame. When you're also shooting in areas like this where there's a lot of greeneries and the trees are a bit low, that's also a perfect way for you to utilize the leaves that can be in your photograph. So this will do a play on the depth of field, and it also serves as a nice element for your photograph. So without, I'll show you just like that, and also including the trees. Sometimes what you see may look nice for your eyes, but when it comes to bokeh, it doesn't look so good. So what you can do is try to defocus your camera. So for example, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna focus on the ground a bit and look that way. I mean, it looks nice there, but as you can see in my bokeh, there's this tree right there that's like shaped like a letter Y, and it's really distracting. So I'm gonna move that side to see whether that will look good over there, and it's perfect that way. So let's shoot that way. All right, so yeah, just in the middle. I'm gonna stand back a little bit, maybe actually move maybe 3 steps back. Yes, there we go. And I also have to move back because I have a 135. So another thing you can do is play with the bokeh, and what I do a lot on my shoot is try to find a hollow spot where you can place your model or your client, your subject. And then, well, I will show you anyway on my camera. As you can see here, there are bushes that surrounds Lucy, and you can use that as your natural framing. And because it's a hollow spot, there's a path road basically behind her, and this plays really well on bokeh. And since I have a 135, it's even better. But I use a lot of 85mm before, and I use that to maximize and fully lay out the potential of the lens's bokeh. So let's shoot. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys learned something new from this. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Also, Lucy here did such a great job. Please don't forget to check out her Instagram account. We're gonna put it somewhere here in the video. Thank you so much for watching once again. Please don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys on our next video. Goodbye.